Assalamu alaikum jami'an, marhaba. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. We'll just take another few more seconds until everyone else joins and we will begin shortly. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, I think we can begin. All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today in our Q&A session to learn more about the upcoming Riyadh Seed program. My name is Lujain Nassif. I'm the program director here in Flat6Labs KSA. And with me is Iyad Al-Bayouk, our general manager.
Hi, nice to meet you, everyone, and thanks for being with us, especially this late after a long work day.
All right, so we received a couple of questions, but before we begin with those, I'd like to give you a quick introduction about the Riyadh Seed program. So basically, the Riyadh Seed program is a 4-month-long accelerator program. It's going to be a hybrid program, and most of the sessions will be online and after hours to give you the opportunity to focus on your startup. And what we offer is a selection of workshops. We do mentoring, legal support, access to co-working space, and we also do a lot of networking events. So we're really heavy on introducing you to the important people that you need to know within Saudi Arabia. These networking events are with successful entrepreneurs, important people for you to meet, experts, governmental, non-governmental entities, and of course, networking events with investors. At the end of the program, there's also going to be a demo day. In terms of investment, at the beginning of the program, once we sign with you, you'll receive around 500,000 riyals. With a maximum 10% equity. And then afterwards, once the program is done, we have a special follow-on offer, which makes us different from other VCs. Basically, our VC mandates that we offer follow-on investment to up to 50% of our cohort. So 6 startups will have the opportunity to receive follow-on investment, and this happens in 2 phases. The first phase, right after the program is done, you can receive up to 1 million riyals. And then after that, there's another 1.5 million riyals. So in total, you're looking at 3 million riyals of funding from Flat6Labs, inshallah. And this all depends on how well you do during the accelerator program, the KPIs that you meet, your achievements, and so on. And of course, something else that makes us different from other VCs here in Saudi Arabia is that Flat6Labs Saudi is part of a bigger family. So we are operating in 6 different countries or 6 other countries other than Saudi Arabia. So in the future, if you want to expand your startup into one of these locations, we can definitely help you with that. So that's a quick overview of what the Riyadh Seed program is. And at the moment, we are still receiving or accepting applications and we're reviewing them. If your application looks good, we'll invite you for a quick interview. And after that, if you're all good, we will nominate you to join us in a 3-day boot camp happening in Riyadh at the end of this month. So you guys, if you're interested, please go ahead and apply. There isn't much time left. This is a quick overview of who we are and what we're offering. If you have any questions, please go ahead. You can raise your hands or you can write them in the Q&A section and we'd be very happy to answer your questions. Dr. Ahmed, if you can please write your question in the Q&A, that would be great. Thank you. So while you guys write your questions, we have a few questions that you submitted during your sign up when you were signing up for the session. Iyad, would you like to go through the questions?
Sure, let's kick it off and get hopefully some of the most common questions out of the way. So we've had a question come in that was repeated multiple times about how the program will be run and attendance expectations and whether any events will be part of the program. So as my colleague Lujane was saying early on, the program, inshallah, will be run virtually, and most sessions will be either towards the later part of the day or after work hours. فالبرنامج إن شاء الله بيكون خارج أوقات الدوام، وطبعا بعد أو يعني آخر الدوام أو بعد أوقات الدوام، وبيكون عن بعد على أساس إنه ما ناخذ فترة طويلة من الجميع، خاصة إنه أيام العمل يعني أنتوا آخر اليوم يعني أصحاب أعمال وبزنس owners, so you have a business to attend and take care of. We expect attendance، طبعا متوقعين إنه الناس تحضر معنا، ويعني ما نبغى نقول الموضوع الزامي، لأنه اللي بيحكمنا آخر اليوم أداء الشركة على آخر المسرعة. فلو يعني الأداء المالي الصراحة أهم بالنسبة لنا من حضور السيشنز، يعني هي آخر اليوم أدوات موجودة للجميع. So they're tools that are being offered to you. It's something that you want to utilize at your own leisure. What we care about are results at the end of the program. So of course, any growing your sales and contribution margins to the business at a healthy rate, and making traction with financiers and investors are all more critical than that. طبعا في events, so حيكون في حلقات تعارف، مؤتمرات إن شاء الله بنساعد الشركات تحضرها داخل المملكة خارج المملكة. We'll take care of networking events, either conferences inside the country and out, and hopefully try to get you the most exposure possible to stakeholders and other investors. So that would be the most common question that we got. A second common question that we really received from a lot of applicants is whether the program is open for foreign startups or founders not residing in Saudi Arabia, and the short answer, and unfortunately, is it is not. We currently focus on those residing in Saudi Arabia and are currently operating within Saudi Arabia. طبعا السؤال كان إنه هل بنستثمر أو نقبل الشركات اللي خارج المملكة أو رواد الأعمال اللي خارج المملكة؟ الجواب البسيط إنه لا، البرنامج يركز على رواد الأعمال اللي داخل المملكة والشركات اللي أعمالها قائمة داخل المملكة. فأتوقع هذه هي كانت أكثر أسئلة شائعة، فأتمنى نفتح الموضوع للجمهور عشان نستفيد من الوقت.
في أيضا سؤال اللي هو إيش الكرايتيريا حقنا. And this is also asked here in the Q&A section.
That's something that showed up quite a bit. طبعا من ناحية الكرايتيريا بندور على يعني رواد الأعمال المتفرغين. So you have to be full-time focused on the idea or startup at the beginning of the program. That being said, طبعا the selection criteria always favors companies that have demonstrated some traction. طبعا the easiest way to show that would be generating sales. Not to say we only invest in sale generating companies, but actually we do come in pre-revenue. However, one cannot deny that if there is a large number of applicants who are generating sales, they will get higher votes from our selection panel. فالسؤال طبعا بالنسبة للشركات اللي بتولد مبيعات دائما اللجنة تطلع لها بطريقة بتعطيها أفضلية بكل أمانة. فاللي بيحدد الموضوع عدد الشركات اللي مقدمة وكم أو وين وصلت في رحلتها، إذا لسه في الفكرة أو بدأت تولد مبيعات. طبعا دائما الشركات اللي بتكون بتولد مبيعات بيصوتوا بصالحها أعضاء اللجنة. فالموضوع نسبي، ولكن طبعا بكل أمانة فاتحين الباب للشركات اللي لسه بيطور الأفكار أو لسه ال MVP مثلا ما جهز. we do accept ideation and pre-MVP startups as well. طبعا in addition to being based in Saudi، وإنه الشركة تكون موجودة أو أعمال الشركة بالمملكة بالأصح والأفراد متواجدين داخل المملكة، هذه أهم حاجة. طبعا we don't distinguish between the cities in terms of where you are لأنه it's a remote أو virtual program. So we do accept people as long as they are inside the kingdom. طبعا أي أحد داخل المملكة مفتوح الباب إنه يقدم، بشرط إنه يكون متفرغ وتكون إنه شركة ناشئة في مجال التقني خلينا نقول، وتكون ذات نمو متسارع. So we do prioritize طبعا tech-based, scalable, fast growth startup. Anything else I missed, Rujane, that we might want to add in the criteria? في حاجة نبغى نضيفها ولا غطينا كل شيء؟
أظن يعطيك العافية غطيت كل شيء. عندنا كذا يعني زي هنا يعني إجابة على بعض الأسئلة اللي موجودة في Q&A section، إنه إذا الفاوندر شخص أجنبي ومتواجد في السعودية ما عندنا مشكلة نقبلكم معنا في البروجرام. هو فقط في هذا الدفعة الأولى من البرنامج الآن بنقبل فقط الشركات اللي متواجدة حاليا في السعودية. فعندنا كذا شخص كتب هذا السؤال الآن هنا. طيب هل في أي أسئلة ثانية؟ بالنسبة لرامي سألتنا إذا البرنامج حيكون بالعربي أو بالإنجليزي. البرنامج حيكون يعني خلينا نقول أغلب المحاضرات حتكون بالإنجليزي، ولكن يوجد أيضا بعض من السيشنز حتكون بالعربي. المنتورز عادة أغلبهم يكونوا من السعودية أيضا أو من الشرق الأوسط، فحيكون بالعربي، والمحامين من السعودية أيضا أكيد. وفريقنا احنا برضو يعني كلنا نتكلم عربي واغلبنا سعوديين كفلات 6 لابس.
في سؤال من الأخ أحمد بيسأل إنه هل تقبل الشركات في مرحلة الفكرة اللي تكون الشركة مسجلة؟ مرحلة الفكرة مقبولة، أهم حاجة التواجد داخل المملكة. ولكن زي ما قلنا بكل أمانة اللجان دائما تعطي أصوات أعلى للشركات المنشأة اللي بتولد مبيعات، لأن المجال مفتوح الصراحة من ناحية التقديم.
ممتاز. عندنا سؤال أيضا من مهتدى: What are the dates for the bootcamp and when is the planned start date for the accelerator? Great question. فمتى إيش تواريخ البوتكامب ومتى حيبدأ البوتكامب؟ The dates for the bootcamp is the 30th of October. So in 2 weeks، بعد أسبوعين يوم 30 أكتوبر إن شاء الله حنبدأ البوتكامب لمدة 3 أيام. And الأكسلريتور بإذن الله حيكون في نهاية ديسمبر من هذه السنة بإذن الله. فإذا ما قدمتوا أنتم مهتمين بليز أدخلوا على الويب سايت، ححط لكم دحين اللينك للتقديم في الشات and go ahead and submit your application. حطيت لكم اللينك الآن في الشات. Yet, one of the participants, Jabir, is asking if they can find out more about Flat6Labs. Can you give us a quick overview?
Sure. Flat6Labs, again, we're I guess at the core of us, a very early stage venture capital fund that invests in MENA-based founders and startups. The way we operate is by dedicated country-based funds. So we have a specific vehicle that invests in every one of the countries that we have a location in. In addition, طبعا, we do operate accelerator programs with other counterparties and engage with the ecosystem in other ways. To date, we are available in 7 locations and have invested in more than 320 startups across the MENA region to date. طبعا, I'd be more than happy for people to give our website a visit. We do have a fair amount of information listed on there. with specific detail in some of our portfolio companies and where they're located across the MENA region.
All right, thank you. Yeah, another question was, what if we apply to one of our other Flat6Labs programs and we're rejected? Can we apply to the Saudi program? Each location operates, I don't want to say separately, but we are one company essentially, and each country has their different, let's say, VC fund, and our programs are operated accordingly. So we kind of have different qualifications, but not so much different. The short question is, if you're rejected in the UAE program, doesn't mean that you're going to be rejected in Saudi, as long as you meet our criteria, if that makes sense.
We have a question برضو إنه that we may have skipped, إنه هل يجب تكون المبيعات مولدة في السعودية؟ الجواب السريع لا، ولكن كمان مرة نرجع نكرر إنه مهم تواجد الفريق داخل المملكة، وإنه عمليات الشركة تكون يعني مقرها الرئيسي داخل المملكة. إذا المبيعات جاية من خارج المملكة بالعكس يعني شيء ممتاز، لأنه عادة أكبر الأسواق يعني للشركات المحلية الناشئة سوق المملكة، فإذا في سوق برا أكبر وقاعد يولد مبيعات بالعكس شيء ممتاز. وبرضه في سؤال بالنسبة للfollow-on investment for the follow-on investment, whether 2.5 million, how much equity would that come through? So that's open-ended. We don't lead our follow-on funds. We'd rather that you find a other investor to lead, but you'll have our follow-on commitment to fund. Should a follow-on fund come through and you find the lead, will come in at the same terms and basically just give you the funding certainty at the beginning of the process, more so than set the terms on behalf of the market. And 500K is so 10% is the maximum for the program. The program's total value of consideration is actually $200,000, of which roughly 500,000 riyals is the cash component. The rest is the services that the accelerator provides, namely legal assistance and structuring and tax optimization. I hope إنه we're covering everything. أتوقع إنه غطينا أغلب الأسئلة اللي طرحت إلى الآن.
في سؤال تاني إياد, what if the applicant graduated from another Flat6Labs program? Can they apply to our program, and especially if they're focused on Saudi Arabia and they want to move?
The short answer is no. We do have some restrictions in terms of pre-existing portfolio companies. However, there may be some exceptions that might come down the line. But as far as things stand right now, that wouldn't be possible. Excellent.
Another question, do we pay travel expenses to attend the 3-day boot camp? The short answer is no. However, further expenses during the accelerator program might be covered to an extent, but for the boot camp, no. Any other questions?
There's a question from an individual saying they reside in Kuwait but plan to move to Saudi once accepted. Would you work on that promise? Unfortunately, we can't work on that promise or any promises. We really do only target individuals who are currently inside the kingdom.
هل يجب أن تكون مسجل الشركة؟
جاوبنا عليها، قلنا إنه مو شرط، ولكن اللجنة دائما طبعا تعطي أصوات أعلى للشركات القائمة إلى حد ما.
Alright. هل في أي أسئلة ثانية ولا أتوقع كذا ما شاء الله جاوبنا جميع الأسئلة؟ Alright. فقط للتذكير أنا حطيت في الشات I added a link for applying if you're interested. You can always also visit our website. So I'm just going to put that up here. And we would love to see you with us. So please, if you're interested, go ahead and apply. The new deadline, so we extended the deadline. The new deadline is, I believe, on the 22nd of October. So a couple of days left for you. And if you already began your application and didn't finalize it, please go ahead, complete the application and click finalize so we can review it and get in touch for an interview. If there are no more questions, I think we can wrap up the session. Iyad, do you have anything else to add?
No, thank you so much, Lujane, and thanks for everyone who was able to join us today. And I hope we were able to answer some of your questions. بالتوفيق للجميع.
بالتوفيق للجميع, and see you soon. Thank you so much, everyone.